All right. So, yeah, what's that about?
What's this? You
Yeah.
know what this is?
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking you, do you know what this is or not?
Not sure. I don't know. I don't know. What is that?
Read it, you might see it.
Revolutionarycommunist.org. What is that?
You don't know what this is? You don't know what this
Revolutionary
flag is? Do you know
communist.
what that flag is over there? That's
What's
hanged
that?
up.
What's that?
You know what that flag is over there?
That's a flag. This is not a flag. This is some sort of a slogan written victory to the Intifada and revolutionarycommunist.org. What is that? Who are revolutionary communists?
I'm asking you, do you know what that flag
Who are
is?
the revolutionary communists? Or did you just get this for free somewhere and then put this on without even reading what it said?
Aki, this is a Palestine flag.
No, that's the flag, the colors.
Yeah, I
What
know.
is the
What's
slogan?
what slogan? I don't understand the slogan.
Sure.
I'm representing the flag, bro.
Okay, cool. So in other words, the text you're not standing for. Let me ask you a simple question. When did the identity called Palestinian begin to exist?
When
Do
the
you
what?
know? The identity called Palestinian, when did that begin to exist?
I don't know.
You're standing for a flag, you don't know a simple question.
Yeah, you're coming to me with these smart questions I don't know about. What are you trying to get to, though? Tell me what you're trying to get
My
to.
dear friend, oh, okay,
Yeah,
at least you're being honest.
Yeah, of course I'm being
At least
honest.
you're being
First
honest.
time I've come here to the
That's
park,
good.
so I'm seeing what's going on, innit?
At least you're being honest and I respect you for that.
Okay, go on.
Yeah. This is the problem, you see. Plenty of people in the thousands are on the street today, like yourself, you know, with good, you genuinely think you're supporting a cause, but the problem is the very
What cause are you talking about?
now don't be dishonest right now.
How am I being dishonest?
I'll explain.
What cause is it
There
that
we
we're...
go. He isn't going to now engage.
No, what cause
I'm
is it?
asking a simple question.
Go on.
You are standing for a flag. I'm asking the first and the most basic question.
Go on, yeah, go on.
When did that identity begin to exist? And you don't have an answer.
The identity of what? The Palestinians?
Exactly.
Years, thousand years ago, bro.
Like when?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, do you know? Don't you know?
No, I tell you, I couldn't tell you.
Do you know? Don't you know?
What did I just say? I couldn't tell you.
No. Well, okay.
So what does I couldn't tell you mean?
It can mean a few different things.
Alright, what are you trying to get to?
You can. You
I don't-
possibly.
I don't know that
possibly you
bit.
mean you don't know.
My friend, I don't know.
Wait, that's fine. If you don't know, that's fine. Another way, I thought you might have said something like, well, it's too long, I don't know. But if you say you don't know, that's fine. I'd like to let you know that the identity Palestinian did not exist until the recent past. So you might want to check up your subject area first before putting it on your jacket and walking around as if you're advancing a cause. Of course, you've taken steps back in relation to the slogan. Now you're taking a step back even in relation to the flag.
Okay.
So
What are you trying to get at, though? I don't understand.
what I'm trying to get at
Yeah,
is plenty of people know information, but they walk around like an army.
No, what do we need information about a genocide, bro? What information do I need? What information do I need?
What is genocide? What genocide?
That these Israelis are doing.
What genocide are you talking about?
What these Israelis are doing.
Please
See
clarify.
the ones that are paying you.
What's the
See
genocide?
them people that are paying you to come here and talk. Your people, then.
Do you
Yeah?
do you just may did
No,
you
I'm
do
asking
you
See
do
your
you
people
just
then.
dwell on lies or do you engage with the truth also?
Bro, see the Israelis that are paying you to come
Me?
here and talk.
Me? How much did they pay me?
Knows, bro. See the ones that are paying you to come here and spread the
Who paid you?
Yeah? No, I'm saying the ones that pay you.
Who paid you?
No one paid me, bro.
Normally, people walk around treating others in the way they think they act. That's what they do. So when I look at the gentleman, I think, he looks in this particular way. Normally, I look in that way in a particular situation. So maybe he's in that situation. That's how psychology works. And that's what it is. I asked a very simple question. Excuse me, sir. I'm not speaking to you. The simple, my dear friend, thousands of people supporting.
Listen to this.
Thousands of
Wait,
please,
one
please.
sec. Don't tell me.
Thousands of
Listen,
people
listen.
thousands of people are bringing
You
our
asked me- you asked me
city
what
to a
this flag means.
standstill with the Palestinian flag. Yet the most basic of the questions you don't have answers for. This is the problem. How many other Palestinian supporters are
Bro,
here?
An 8-year-old don't need an answer.
You're not
to
an
look at
8-year-old.
flipping TV to know that a fucking genocide is going on. Do you understand?
Okay, so clarify
What?
then.
Does an 8-year-old need an answer?
So clarify then. Do you know what a genocide is?
Yes, it's what the Israelis
Clarify.
the ones that are paying you what they're doing
So-
to Palestinians.
Well, no.
Understand?
Do we not agree just a brief moment ago that you don't even know when the identity Palestinian began?
Brother,
Did we not agree?
I'm not that educated on that. All I'm telling you is what's
When
going
you're
on
not
now.
educated, please don't walk around like an expert commenting on things about which you haven't got a clue. Don't do that. This is pretty much like, now, can you imagine, would you, excuse me sir, I'm not speaking to you sir. Can you imagine, excuse me sir, I'm not wasting, I'm trying to
He knows
engage.
better than me. Go on. He knows better than me. Talk to him.
You admit very
He
easily,
knows better than me. Go on. Talk to him.
this guy knows a lot of gibberish nonsense. I'm not interested in
You
that.
know what he said before? You know what he said before? He said,
The question I asked was very, very simple.
he describing himself.
Excuse
He
me,
know
my
how to
dear
describe
friends.
himself as well.
Excuse me, sir.
Can
Yeah.
you can you tell me? Can you tell
Yeah,
me?
please
Can
go
you tell
on.
me?
Yeah, no, he might make sense,
Okay, you
please.
see, because
Yeah.
you're coward.
So are you
scared,
saying there's no
scared,
indiscriminate
scared.
killings taking place in Palestine right
No. What I am saying is, when there is a problem of the scale that's happening, it's not wise for people like him to go mobilize in the thousands, walk around when they haven't done their basic research. Is all that I'm saying. Point number one. Point number one. Point number one.
An 8-year-old
Because
girl can go on the news and see that something's going on wrong. And
Who's
she
the
can go.
8-year-old girl?
I'm saying an 8-year-old girl.
I am looking at maybe a 30-odd-year-old
Yeah, you're not
man,
understanding what
40-year-old
I'm
man
trying
that
to say
doesn't
to
have
you.
a
You know what I'm
clue.
saying?
Which
You don't-
8-year-old girl are you talking
You
about?
don't need information to see what's going on.
Okay, I don't need information to see what's going on. Can you believe what's going on here? Excuse me, my friend. In any problem, when trying to deal with any problem, I need information. I really need information. Especially when you're going to accuse of a nation as committing genocide, you better have proper information. When you don't have information,
What's your definition of
very good question. Look, the young man is asking a very important question. Yeah? What is the definition of genocide? The definition of a genocide is where there is an intentional wiping out of an ethnic group.
And you don't think that's what's taking place in Palestine right now?
No, the story is a very deep story. Let me ask you this very simple question. Have you ever read the Quran? Are you a Muslim? You are a Muslim.
Look how he changing topic. Finish definition, you idiot.
Excuse me, sir, I'm not
Go
speaking
ahead,
to you.
go ahead, go ahead. Finish definition.
Do you know, do you see why I ignore this gentleman?
How much
I call him gentleman, he calls me an idiot. Should I ignore him or not?
There is a case in the international
I
court
call him a gentleman
about
even when I'm
genocide,
trying
and
to
he
avoid
said-
him.
and he said
While he wants to
denying
engage with
it
him,
to
he calls
protest-
me an idiot. Should I ignore him
Finish
or
definition,
not?
Finish definition.
Okay,
Because
this is
he's
the
scared,
problem.
That's why he won't. He will
Point number
avoid
one.
me, because you are scared.
Point number one. The identity.
definition.
Excuse me, sir, you can move on. If you need to take a
coward.
pee break,
Why-
that way,
why
please.
you are brave
The
to
closest
talk to
loo
them?
this
Why you
way.
are brave to talk to them? Why you don't talk to me?
The
are a coward.
excuse
And
me,
you know you're
the
a coward.
identity.
Talk to him. He knows more than us. Talk to my man.
Coward.
He knows, like I said, a lot
Yes,
of
yes,
gibberish
sir.
nonsense. I am not interested in that. I am interested in facts. This gentleman, I respect. He asked a very sensible question and he's still waiting because there are
Did you
people like
finish
him.
definition of genocide,
Let me come to you, my
idiot?
dear
Finish
young friend.
Definition of genocide.
I have a copy of the Quran in my hands.
See how he changed the topic.
How does the Quran have anything to do anything? I'll explain to you. How does the Quran have anything to do with what the problem is on the ground in the nation of Israel and amongst the people of Gaza? Plenty. And this is the sad story which none of you would hear. None of you would hear. The problem is this, my dear friends.
Yes, they practice.
You know, they're giving out free Qurans there.
Samuel 15:3 from your
Take,
Bible.
excuse me, sir.
That was Netanyahu. He said.
Why are you desperate right now? Why are you desperate right now?
I'm answering you.
I didn't ask you anything.
I'm answering you. I'm answering. I'm
I
answering
did-
you.
I didn't
I'm
ask you
answering
anything.
you. I'm answering
What,
you.
what answer? Did I ask a
Netanyahu
question?
said that properly that he used in the book of Samuel what they did to
Why is he desperate?
Like First Samuel 15:3.
Why is he afraid? How many of...
Go on, finish.
Good,
he has to
good
say.
point. You see, sensible people.
Go on, finish.
Take the Quran in your hands. It doesn't take much time to go through the Quran. Now you can read through the Quran, an English Quran, in maybe 10 hours, maybe 20 hours. Quickly browse through. And what you would find is nearly a quarter portion of this Quran explicitly advocates anti-Jewish propaganda. More than half of the Quran gives what is a class. Excuse me, sir. I'm speaking right now. If you have COVID, please stay away, please. Thank you. If you have COVID, stay at home, please. Thank you.
This is not your home corner.
All
this
right.
is your corner.
Go through the Quran, anti-Jewish propaganda. Go through the Quran. It denies basic historical details concerning the nation of Israel. This is what it does. And does it quite elegantly and uses the name religion to this document.
You have to substantiate your claims, right? You have to,
Well, I can read through if you want. Have you ever read this book called the surah called Surah Bani Israel? Have you ever read that? Have you ever read Surah At-Tawbah?
Yes, I read
You
it.
have.
I read it.
I am
have-
ignoring you.
I have it in my head. Go ahead.
Well, if you have COVID, you can move on. I've told you already multiple times. Surah 9, let me take a
remember your
class.
claim, you said that it's an anti-Jewish religion. That's what you said, yeah? So go on.
Anti-Jewish propaganda out and out.
And
let me-
sincere, he will read as well from the Bible.
Excuse me, sir. I've told you very clearly. I'm very sincere, and I sincerely want to ignore you. You can move on.
Okay, I will see what.
Surah At-Tawbah.
One more question as well, brother. You said that it denies historical things about the Jews, right?
Absolutely.
And where are these historical things found in the Bible? Or where is this?
We'll come to that in a little
No,
bit.
answer the question. Where is
No. Let's read one. Let's do one. Now you're not being honest.
Oh no, because he.
Surah 9, Ayah 20. Excuse me, sir. Wow. Surah 9, Ayah 29. Let's read this carefully. Fight against those of such of those who have been given the scripture, as believe not in Allah nor the last day, and forbid not that which Allah has forbidden by his messenger, and follow not the religion of truth until they pay the tribute readily, being brought low. Note carefully the details, my dear friends. Fight against some people. So the Quran advocates that the Muslims, faithful ones, should fight against some people. But what is, I'm reading, don't worry, please, we're going there, no problem. It's advocating the Muslims, the faithful ones, the ones who can wear COVID masks when this is not an issue anymore, to fight against those.
I'm protecting myself from your germ. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Try to play.
Fight against such of those who have been given the scripture. Who are the people of the scripture according to the Quran? Very good, well done. So he is a Christian, he gets 100 points. You are a Muslim, you get 0 points. What's the answer? The people of the scripture, who is that?
I will answer you.
Continue. Yeah, people of the
Why did, who
I
is
will
that?
answer
The
you.
people of the book.
The verse
Who
is
are they?
talking about the context of war.
Who are they?
and with the
Excuse
people
me,
they have
sir.
war. Why you don't want to?
You have
scared of
failed your
answer? Are
primary
you scared
schooling.
of answer?
Please don't show
Are you
up at
scared of
Speaker's
answer?
Corner.
This is all- tell me
Are
the
you
answer.
scared of
Surah
the answer? Are you
At-Tawbah,
scared of the answer?
Surah 9,
Are you scared of the
Ayah
answer?
29.
Are you scared of the answer?
Oh, wow. So suddenly now we need context. Let's read the verse first. Surah At-Tawbah, Ayah 29. Fight against such of those who have been given the scripture.
Context of war.
When do you fight?
Some people of
When do you fight these people? Well, the Quran will give you more information. Bear in mind, the Quran doesn't let you think through properly. It will spoon feed you. So if you're a Muslim who has parked your brain at home, the Quran makes it simple, easy.
Start of the verse.
What is the criterion for fighting? It goes on.
Can you read start of
The
surah? I will
criterion is
expose you.
simple.
Let me see this translation.
One second.
Surah, I will expose you.
That's completely wrong.
The criterion is very simple.
Start of the surah, I will expose you.
As believe not in Allah, nor the last day. You see the criterion? When do you fight the Jews and the Christians? When they do not believe in Allah, nor in the last day. My dear friend here, he is a Christian. Would you like to believe in the Islamic Allah, my dear friend? Oh, okay. Well, that's really sad news for you. It's sad news for me. Never in a million years would I want to follow this silly Islamic Allah. Never in a million years. Excuse me, sir. But, wow. You're being a very bad Muslim. Listen to your Quran carefully. The Quran is very simply stating,
Can you let me answer?
I didn't ask you
Can you
anything.
let me answer?
No, thank you very much. Believe not in
You
Allah.
read start of the
One
surah.
second. Let me finish reading one verse in peace, please.
They are together, they have a contract and they-
Look, they are giving out free Qurans. week out across the nation and nations, yet they are ashamed for me to read one verse. What's the problem here, my dear friends? What's the problem? You won't let me read one verse in peace? All right. What's the criterion for the attack? Believe not in Allah, nor in the last day, and forbid not that which Allah has forbidden by His messenger. And follow the religion of truth. Like I said earlier, not interested in Islam, not interested in the Islamic Allah, not interested in your silly last day ideas because you are a false religion. When I have and my friends have taken this stance and the Jewish people have taken the same stance, what would desperate people do? Desperados fight against them. So no wonder Hamas goes to wipe out a nation. No wonder Hamas is desperate. Desperate. Why? Oh yeah, please come here. Try and answer some simple questions. You must be a Muslim who can't make a simple, logical, sensible comment. Just make some funny noise and move away. All right. 1 second. And Allah has forbidden by His messenger, and follow not the religion of truth until they pay the tribute readily, being brought low. Believe it or not, my dear friends, Muslims are very busy these days spreading their propaganda. Hey, look, with the Islamic Caliphate that we have had for centuries, do you know how much we treasured the Jews, how much we took care of the Jews, and all sorts of similar rubbish nonsense? The Quran is very clear. The Quran is very clear. And the Quran is what they followed for centuries, and what they did, excuse me sir, patience. What they have done with the Jews for centuries is the same thing. Persecuted the Jews, brought them low, treated them as second-class people for centuries. Well, yeah, according to you, excuse me sir, that is also by the advice of your Jerusalem's Grand Mufti. Learn. Well, we are reading the ultimate proof here, aren't we? The Quran. And so the problem, 1 second. If anyone wants to solve the issues that Israel has been having, especially with the people in Gaza, the first thing you need to do is to pick up a copy of the Quran, and thankfully they're giving out plenty of this free rubbish anyway across the nation and different nations. Pick a copy, read for yourself, and you will understand why there is so much hatred towards the Jews. So much so, the gentleman who was standing here a few minutes ago, who has moved away, but he came across a little bit sensible, so I do respect him. So much so, there are thousands of these people who have been mobilized with lack of basic knowledge. I asked him a simple question because he was talking about genocide and so on. So I asked him a simple question. For there to be a genocide, there needs to be an ethnic identity. So let me ask you a simple question. For those who are in support of this idea of genocide, let me ask you a simple question. How many of you know as to when the identity called Palestinian began to exist? Any intelligent person who is a Palestinian supporter who can answer this question? When did the identity called Palestinian begin to exist? Because when you go around accusing a nation, a legitimately established nation on the face of the earth, you better get your facts right. When did the identity begin to exist, sir?
You need to get your facts right.
Excuse me, sir, are you planning to answer the question or just trying to derail the conversation here? When did the identity called the Palestinians begin to exist? Yes, sir.
Did you give chance for people talking?
Please answer, please. Wasting time, please. Answer.
It's a very good point.
Answer.
You've come here.
Answer. Any answer. There we go. No answer whatsoever because they do not want.
Palestinian exists 1500 years ago.
1500 years ago.
Jewish people This country brings them 70 years
Wow, wow,
ago.
wow,
and this
wow,
country-
wow,
Shut
wow.
up and listen.
Less drama,
I'm
less
fed
drama.
up with you. Quack, quack, quack,
I
quack,
couldn't
quack.
care less.
John,
If
what's
you're
your
fed up
name?
with me,
What's
move
your
this
name?
way. The buses go that way.
We are not have a chicken curry here.
You see the problem?
We're a tandoori.
I was trying to give sensible statements in the last 10 minutes.
1500 years ago, Palestinian exists.
One
What
evidence.
do you do if Jews come to your
One
house,
evidence.
kill your wife?
One
take you
evidence.
from your
Excuse
home,
me, don't
get
spit.
you out
You're
outside
spitting on your Quran, sir.
because
Don't
I
spit
have
on your
enough
Quran,
of
sir.
you.
I get offended when you spit on your Quran,
idiot.
sir.
You are idiot.
One evidence.
You're idiot.
One evidence. Evidence. So the identity apparent. So the identity existed for 1500 years, and that you are so vehemently sure about this. Well, we're not asking about your mullahs, sir. They are in Afghanistan. Go speak to them later. Now, let me ask you a simple question. If you are so confident, give me one evidence, please.
Tell us about Christianity, mate. You're Christian.
1500 years, one evidence for the word or the identity Palestinian.
It's 12th century.
What's that?
12th century.
12th century, wrong. No, wrong answer. Any evidence? Anyone?
Are you gonna tell me why I'm wrong? No.
Well, because you can't provide an evidence.
Can you provide evidence of why? I'm
Absolutely, we can.
wrong? Go on then.
Whoa. Before that, the point. Excuse me, sir. You know who you are like? You are like the person who is sitting on the hot seat. Hot seat for who wants to be a billionaire and wants the 15th question straight away. It doesn't work like that, my dear friend. You need to learn basic facts. So, for any Palestinian supporter here, I'm assuming after you've heard this challenge, you would at least go back home before you show up in the next protest, my dear friends. Learn a little bit of history. Learn a little bit of history and then come up with all your Allahu Akbar, Mullahu Akbar, whatever else you want to shout out in the streets, my dear friends.
Shouting too much, man. Don't come close to you, man.
Don't come close to you. Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Confirm it to everyone here.
Next ayah. All right, next ayah. So the gentleman here thinks,
Next hour, chicken and curry. Come on, tandoori.
so you will see why the Middle East, apart from Israel, hasn't developed for a very long time. If not for the petroleum money, my dear friends, where are you from, sir? Where are you from? What's that? Oh, good joke. Nice one. Good. Now, where did the chapati gentleman go? Go away? Okay, that's good. Good. I want you to begin to make sense, sir. Can that happen anytime soon? Can you begin making sense anytime soon?
What sense? Because you don't talk sense. You are so
All right, okay, that's a waste of time. So, let me read. My dear friend, please come here. Please come here. The gentleman over there thinks if I read one ayah, Quran could be redeemed suddenly. So let me read one more ayah. And excuse me, friend, I'm reading one more ayah. And you are going to explain how that salvages the Quran. Please.
Quran need no salvation. Unlike
Which
the
sheikh?
Bible,
Who is the sheikh? So he wants me to read something, but he isn't going to help.
Read 30 loud to everyone
And then?
and confirm why you said what you said.
Oh, there we go. So the master has said, let everyone bow down and obey. This is what, just because you are wearing some funny clothing, is that what everyone should do?
I might look like your father, sir.
What's that? What's that?
You're saying I wear funny clothing, I might look like your father. You should respect me, brother.
Not like my father. What? So, okay, let's get back to this. I read Surah 9, verse 29. And I said, this is one example of why Muslims across the world, whether they're woken up properly in the day, in the morning or not, are so much against the nation of Israel.
why do you sound so much against the
Half asleep, wake them up, they'll be angry against the Jews. Go around, they claim the Jews are I sneezed this morning, it's all because of the Jews. I woke up with a headache this morning, it's all because of the Jews. So no wonder What's that?
Headache just coming from you. Just coming from you.
The headache is just from me. All right. So when I ask questions,
Question: How
which
many million Jewish in this world? You tell me how many million?
how does that solve the
How
problem
many
we
million?
have?
How many million?
Surah 9, Ayah
How many million?
29.
You don't have any idea. I swear you don't have any idea.
Surah 9, Ayah 29 clearly demonstrates that the Quran is maybe worse than the main camp of Hitler. How are you planning to salvage your Quran? No, please tell me, how exactly are you planning to salvage the Quran? Simple question. Simple question, please.
Anyway, let's go back to our original discussion.
No, this is very important.
This is why you brought up the verse, did you not? You said that the Muslims are against the Jews. That's your argument.
What I am saying is, to solve the issues that Israel is facing today, no one dare claim you have a solution unless and until you learn and understand that the Quran is a basic anti-Semitic, anti-Christian material. It's a fundamental fact you need to be aware of. Until you can get your heads around this, don't go around marching in the thousands. Don't do it. It's a waste of time. You're just being a nuisance on the street. So my problem simply is, do we all appreciate, my dear friend, right now, that the Quran and what it says in the Quran needs to be very much considered when trying to find out a solution for the problems in the Middle East today? Do we all agree? Do we all agree, my dear friends? Especially the Palestinian supporters. Do we all agree?
Bro.
What's that?
Okay, but now you're just out here.
Do we agree?
You're out here
Do we agree or not? It's a simple point that I made so far.
not agree.
Explain, please.
Okay, cool. So let's go from the beginning. You
Good.
said
Yep.
Muslims are against Jews, and you can find this in the Quran.
I did not use the word Muslims in this regard so far. Surah
You
9.
complain about the whole thing, bro. You said this is what you did. I could demonstrate exactly what you did. Give me the verse. You said a quarter of this Quran here is anti-Jewish propaganda. That's what you said, right?
Anti-Semitic. Yeah.
How can it be?
How can it go?
Anyway, let me not even demonstrate. Anyways, go on. Cool. So then you brought up this verse, right?
Yeah.
Read the verse out. Let me read the verse out for you. Actually, come. Let me read
Sure.
this verse for you.
Please come here.
I don't want to
Please
go
come
on camera. I don't want a camera guy, bro. Alright, cool. This is a very this translate. I'm gonna read
So what's the problem with this translation?
because that's not what it says.
So what's the
That's not
problem?
what it
You
says.
read
That's not what
Arabic?
it's- No, they don't read Arabic. But that's
What
not
do you
it
read
says.
then?
I read English.
So okay, whoa. This is again phenomenally entertaining right now. Let me ask you a basic question, my dear friends. If I have a book which has been translated into English from Arabic, how many languages do you need to know for you to be able to comment it's not a good translation? Anyone? You need to know at least two languages.
yeah, you need to know
Which would they be?
Well, if it's an English-Arabic translation, I'd say you need to know English and Arabic.
Very good. You need to know English and Arabic to comment on whether this is a good translation or not. And I asked the gentleman a very simple question. Do you know Arabic? He says no. So when he doesn't know Arabic, why does he say this is not a good translation? You know why? Anyone? Any guess? The answer is very simple. This is one of the recorded responses that Muslims have been indoctrinated with throughout the centuries. The moment you see a verse which you cannot defend, claim it's a bad translation. You will see this all over the place, everywhere. You read some content, it doesn't help you in a public place, claim it's a bad translation. Now, please tell me, sir, why is this a bad translation?
Because the people of the scripture, how do you say that in Arabic?
What's
that? How do you say the people of the book and the people of the scripture in Arabic? Ahl al-Kitab, right?
How does it matter?
No, I'm telling you, it says Ahl al-Kitab.
How does it matter?
Kitab only comes up once. Now, in the translation, when it mentions the people of Ahlul Kitab, it's talking about the jizya tax. When it's talking about the people you have to fight, it's not talking about the people of the scriptures, which is why I know this translation.
So, did you read the next verse?
I can literally read the verse.
Please come here, read. And the Jews say, Why does it immediately talk about the Jews?
Right, those who do not believe in Allah and the last day, nor comply with Allah and His Messenger have forbidden, nor embrace the religion of truth from among those who were given the scripture, until they pay the tax, willingly submit, humbly humbled, right?
Among those who are given the scripture, who are they?
So if they're told, okay, hold on. So if we're told to fight the people, right? This is your claim. We're told to fight the people.
No. Among those who are given the scripture, who are they?
The people of the book, Jews and the
Good.
Christians.
So why do you want to argue against this? It says that very clearly, doesn't it?
No, but it's talking about at the time. It's a time of war, right?
Okay, because now the time is different. Excuse me, sir. Now, initially you said it's not the Jews and the Christians. Now you're talking about.
No, 'cause you're making it
Let's make it very simple.
Listen.
Do we agree the verse is about the people of the scripture? Do we agree? Do we agree?
Your argument is that it's anti-Jew, right? But it's talking about the idolaters. It's talking about the people of the book, which includes the Jews and the Christians.
Yes,
So that
yes.
means it's not just limited.
Okay. I hate more people too, and therefore anti-Semitism is fine. Do you see the logic there? It does not matter whether other people are referred to in that passage or not. As a matter of fact, they are not referred to, but it doesn't matter. As long as you hate the Jews, it doesn't matter whether you hate a million other people or not, you hate the Jews. So, what's that?
For what reason do they hate the Jews?
Well, this is a very good question. Why does the Quran hate the Jews? Well, it's a very long story. The short version of the very long story is very simply because whoever advanced this religion wanted to advance a religion without legitimacy. There was no God involved in this. There was no revelation involved in this. Nothing akin to the supernatural wonders that the nation of Israel had seen in their lives involved in this. It's pretty much like, if I take an example of, let's say, a wonderful painter, wonderful artist. Let's say, any example painter you want to use for our example. Da Vinci. A wonderful painter, Da Vinci. Someone wants to compete against the Da Vinci, but he cannot paint. What would he do? Well, he has a solution. Take the sword. Da Vinci, are you the best painter in the world? No. Why? Because the sword is on the back of his neck. This is what Islam has done. Attempting to establish a religion which could not be given legitimacy by any stretch of imagination, the only solution they had is the sword. So no wonder.
Are you sure?
And what is his response?
What? I thought the Christian wipe out the Jews in Jerusalem.
You see the problem here, my dear friends? I am talking about a very serious issue in life, and he would not even engage. Why?
I told you already.
Because, again, the solution to many of the questions that you might have about Muslims is very simple. And the solution is indoctrination.
About the Jews in Jerusalem, my friend.
In simple parlance, brainwashing. Most Muslims across the world have been brainwashed into saying the same things over and over again. Today they do the same thing. Stand here and say, stand anywhere in the world and say, Netanyahu is a war criminal. Says who? Says who? Well, gentlemen like this. The ICJ took up the case. What did they conclude? What's that?
The ICJ called to release all of the hostages immediately and unconditionally.
Yes, so the ICJ called to release all the hostages. And like how our friend has here. Bring them home now. Can you imagine? Let me ask you a very simple question, my dear friends. Let me give you a very simple question. Let's say you are waking up at your home. You've just had a good night's sleep with your family, husband, wife, 2 children, and you're waking up. And suddenly you realized there are 1,000 people at your door wanting to wipe you out. So, okay, fine. Well, not fine. 1,000 people at your door wanting to wipe you out. What would your instinct be? to protect your family. But things get worse. You are trying desperately to protect your family, and you are relatively successful because you have a little bit of muscle power and whatever else power you have, and you are protecting your family. You would hope that over a longer period of time, others would come to help you. But what happens? What was initially 1,000 people trying to wipe you out, now suddenly you realize thousands more are joining by every single hour. And they stand there and say, death to the one who is saving his family. Death to the one who is saving his family. And you are thinking, what is going on? For heaven's sake, what is happening here? Do you see the problem, my dear friends? One would hope for what Israel faced on the 7th of October for many, many decades, if not centuries, sensible people across the world would be able to say, hey, don't bother with them, don't hassle them anymore. Let them live in peace. I would like to think sensible people would say this. What has happened today?
Why do you put the
Not many speak about October 7th anymore. What are they busy doing these days? They are busy talking about things. They are busy talking about things which completely take away the focus from the October 7 evil, wicked, terrorist attack that the nation of Israel faced.